Well, Jesus died on the cross, and everyone believes that Jesus rose again from the dead when he died on the cross.
Jesus died on the cross to wash away our sins.
And it's a happy and sad festival. It's sad because it's when he died, and it's happy because we get to celebrate.
And it's also happy because he rose again, so he's still in heaven.
I think it's a happy festival because Jesus died so we could have life.
Celebrate Easter to commemorate the resurrection of Jesus, about how he died and then came back to life. So
Jesus and his disciples were praying, and some men wanted to kill Jesus, and Judas told them where Jesus was. And when Jesus was having his last supper, the bread represented his body and the wine represented his blood.
The soldiers took Jesus to King Herod, and King Herod asked the people if they wanted Jesus to die on the cross. And because all of the people were saying they wanted Jesus to die, King Herod put him on the cross.
Jesus died on the cross because of the soldiers were killing him in the cross.
We believe it's the day that Jesus died on the cross.
He was resting for 3 days, and on the third day he rose again.
So when Jesus came back alive, Mary went to his grave and saw that he wasn't there. She saw the stone had rolled out, and the clothes were wrapped up on the stone where he was laid. And then Mary went to tell Jesus' friends the good news.
Jesus, he came alive after that, because he said after his last meal that he'll come back alive.
He died to save our sins, and he could have stayed alive, but he didn't want to because he knew that he had to die, and that's what God told him to do.
He got crucified on the cross under Pontius Pilate, and on the third day he rose again.
He goes, he doesn't eat. He goes into the desert and he doesn't eat for a full 40 days. But even with the devil tempting him to eat things and do all these things, he still refused to do it. That's why on Ash Wednesday we think of something to give up for the 40 days. For me it's harder because my birthday's from that time.
Well, we have bread and wine because when Jesus died on the cross, he got all his disciples to gather round for a dinner, and because he knew that he was dying on the cross, he said to the people that, "Remember, this bread is my body and the wine is my blood."
Jesus died on the cross because of the soldiers were killing him in the cross.
Judas betrayed Jesus, so Pontius Pilate sent Jesus to die on the crucifix.
Easter is the day that Jesus Christ died. He did that because he wanted to take all of our bad sins away that we had. So he died for us on the cross. Jesus, the Romans didn't like what he was saying. They thought that it was a joke. So then he got put up on the cross because the Romans thought that he was being silly, and he thought that he would be one day that he would be the king. And the Romans were his enemies, and he had lots of enemies that that lived in the same country as him, because they didn't like him. So as a punishment, they made him carry the cross all the way to a big hill, and then they killed him.